Hey guys, I'm going to share with you all the nail polishes that I have in my collection that I think would work for Easter. So the first one is this Essie nail polish. Now this one is in the shade Fiji 152, and it's a very white-based pale pink. So I really like this shade. I think it's perfect for Easter because whenever I think of Easter, I think of like pastel kind of colors. But I do have to say, whenever I apply this, I have to be very careful about how I do apply this nail polish because it can get gloopy quickly. You have to apply it in very thin layers, and you also have to wait for it to dry down completely because otherwise it becomes gloopy just with the formula with this one. So that's the only thing I would say watch out for. But it is a very pretty color. The next one is the Essie nail polish, but this one is in the shade Free to Roam 108. Now this one, I don't have to be nearly as careful when I apply this. You do have to go with thin layers, but it doesn't take nearly as long to dry down, and it doesn't get as gloopy as Fiji, because this one's even more white-based than this one. They look very similar in the bottle, but I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this one's slightly darker and slightly more pink. This one is slightly more white. So this one's a really pretty color, and if you still want that pale pink shade, but you want it to be less of a hassle, I would go with this one. The next one is this Essie nail polish. Now this one is in the shade Bear With Me 1003. And this is just like a nice nude nail polish color. So if you like nudes, this one is a really good one. And I really like nudes. I'm either debating probably between these two for Easter. And I know this isn't pastel, but I find that nude goes with everything, so. The next one is the OPI nail polish. This one is in the shade Barefoot in Barcelona. Guys, I apologize about the bottle. It actually, long story short, it got in my gym bag and it melted a little bit, so that's why the color is all over here and it looks gross. But the color itself is very, very beautiful. So if you like mauves, this one is a good way to go, especially if mauve like matches your outfit choice. I find that this is a really pretty one, and I love OPI nail polish. The next one is the Sally Hansen gel nail polish. This one is in the shade 165 Adobo, and this is a very pale yellow. I find that this works for Easter. It kind of has like pastel vibes. It's almost lighter than most pastels in my opinion. But if you want that like super pale yellow shade, this one is the way to go. I really love yellows. I actually wanted to wear yellow for Easter, but I don't think I am. But this would be the shade that I would reach for if I was wearing like a pale yellow like dress or outfit. The next one is actually going in a little bit of a different direction. This is the Sally Hansen gel nail polish. This is the neon one, and it's in the shade 053 Miami Ice. I love this color. This is one of my favorite kind of like shades of blue. I wonder if it has like a slight green shade to it, maybe like a little bit of an aqua type shade. But it's so pretty. To me, this is kind of like sky blue kind of color. So if you like blues, this is a really good one to go with because it's a little bit, it's not exactly pastel, but it comes close to that. So I think it would work for Easter quite nicely. And it's a really pretty shade of blue. The next one is the Salon Perfect. Now this is another neon pop, and it's in the shade in mint condition. So if you want to wear like a mint nail polish, this one is really nice. I want to say it's a little bit of that kind of like a neon type mint, but it's really pretty. So if you like this kind of color, this one is a really good nail polish. And then finally, I have this Essie nail polish. Now this one is in the shade Turquoise and Caicos. So I don't consider this a turquoise color, but I would consider this like a sage green. So if you like that kind of like sage green slash seafoam green, this is a really beautiful color. And I think it would work really nice for Easter. It doesn't exactly fit in pastel, but it kind of reminds me of like those paints, like pastel kind of paints kind of color. And because it's like almost like a neutral green, I would call it maybe like a muted green. I find that this would be really pretty with a lot of outfits for Easter. All right, you guys, that is all the nail polishes that I have in my collection that I think would work for Easter. I just realized I have no purple, so I'm sorry about that. I'm just not like a huge fan of purples. But those are just some nail polish ideas. Thank you so much for watching and hope you guys have a great day.